Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here. Well, the numbers are in for the Greater Toronto Area for June of 2022. Now, we've had a lot going on over the last little while. Obviously, we've had COVID, now we've got interest rates going up, we've got supply chain issues. How is this all affecting the market? We're starting to see some shifts in the market. But I want to put everything in perspective. I want to not only talk about what's going on now, I want to do a comparison to what's happened over the last 5 years. Some of this content would be ideal content for you to be using when you're meeting with buyers and with sellers. So let's get started here. So if we look at these numbers right here, you've got January through to the end of June. We've got sales, we've got active listings, we got months of inventory. Months of inventory is to take the active listings and divide the sales into it. Average price, days in the market, okay? What is a balanced market? Around 4 months of inventory. About 6 months is going to be buyers. Below 4 months is going to be sellers. So let's have a look. We did 5,600 sales in January, went up to 9,000, almost 9,100 in February. Look at this, 11,000. And then April, it started to slide. It's continued to slide. 8,000 sales, 7,283 and 6,474. So you can see what happened. The year took off, and then all of a sudden, now it's starting, I'm going to call it normalized a little bit. So let's look at months of inventory. Well, let's face it, Toronto has been operating, or I should say the Greater Toronto Area, has been operating with less than 1 month of inventory for a long time. I mean, a few years, which means multiple offers, prices going up, crazy market. All of a sudden now, it's starting to move to a more normal place. 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1.6, 2.1, now we're at 2.5. I suspect you're going to see this continue to increase for the rest of the year. But I'll bring you up to speed what's going on. Average price at the beginning was 1.24. Now we're sitting at 1.15. So we're actually starting to see prices starting to decline a little bit. And I'll show you on another chart so you can see exactly what's happening. These are the number of sales that have taken place from July 2021 until June of 2022. Now, when you put it into a line graph, I think it really does put everything into perspective. So if we look here, let's take January. We did 5,600 sales, went to almost 9,100 to 10,000. So in March of this year, we had the biggest month, if you go across, biggest month that we had in the last 12 months. And by the way, these were unbelievable months. So what happens if you're driving a car at 140 kilometers an hour, and then all of a sudden what happens is you hit traffic and you drop from 140 to 80, which is the speed limit. How fast does it feel like you're going? It feels like you're stopped. Well, think about a real estate market. When we're going along and we're having record month, we're all so busy, it's absolutely crazy. And all of a sudden things start to normalize a little bit. In other words, we're back to pre-COVID numbers. All of a sudden we go, oh, the market's dead. I go, it's not dead. Okay? It's just it was so busy before and we got so used to that it feels like it stopped. It has not stopped. So if you look at these numbers, that was our best month right there. And then, yes, we're at 6,400. Yes, it's coming down a little bit. So what's going to happen is when you look at this right here, what this shows you, which is really cool, is the last 5 years of sales. So 2018 is here in the light gray. 2019 is sort of the black. 2020, we saw what happened in March of 2020. That was COVID right there. And then 2021 and 2022. Now look at this. Let's go to 2021. What was the market like? Only unbelievable. Only out of control. Like up around 10,000 sales a month. In some cases, look at this year. Almost 16,000 sales took place. So now we get to 2022. So what ended up happening? You can see we're still second best in the last 5 years. Stayed very high. And now it's dropped into this territory. We did 6474. So you can get slightly below, but again, above what it was in 2020. So yes, there's no question your sales are coming down. There's no question this will probably continue, especially if another rate hike, which we probably will, possibly today. So this is what you have to get prepared for. But this puts everything in perspective right here. This is cool. What this is this is January through June the number of sales in the first half of the year for the last 5 years. So 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. You can see 2018, we did 40,000 sales. Went to 44,000 sales. You know what happened here? 2020 COVID, right? Dropped down. March, April, May, the market died because of COVID. 36,000 sales. Look at this. Went to 70,000 sales. No, these were more normal years. I think you would all agree right here. Look what happened. 70,000 sales. Almost double what we did in 2018. And then where are we? We did 47,453 sales, which is down 32% from last year. But guess what? 47,000 sales is still the second best year we had in the last 5 years. This puts everything in perspective. What about price? So I put this together. This is a 5-year of the prices. You can see here we started at 1.2. Okay, and right now we're sitting at 1.1, which year to date is down by about 7.8%. But again, somebody's saying, boy, I got to get that price, you know what I mean? I want to get the price I could get in February. And you got to look at it and say, well, just a minute. How long you lived here? Well, you lived here 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Well, guess what? Even though you're not going to get what you got in February, but I'll tell you, if you bought down here, you're still way ahead, aren't you? So again, these types of visuals are something you need to consider because now with the market changing, there is uncertainty with buyers and sellers. They're looking for advice right now. You need to become their trusted advisor. Now, as the market continues to change, as rates continue to change, I'm going to be creating a lot of videos, shorter videos, not just in market updates, but of some of the strategies we need to implement to outperform the market. If you're interested in being notified, then go to richardrobbins.com and subscribe to our email list, and that way you will get notification the minute I create something. At the end of the day, everybody, remember, it's a beautiful life. Make it count.